Yo guys, Coach Theo here on Common Sense. Today I'm gonna give you 5 reasons to put on muscle, get jacked, get strong. That's not just about aesthetics, not just about looking a certain way. I know a lot of you already following the channel will love number 4. But basically this is some motivation for you that's already going to the gym, trying to improve, trying to get stronger, put on some muscle. Just some extra reasons to keep it up, keep improving, keep progressing. And for you that think you don't care about putting on muscle or pretend as if you don't. You know, a ton of guys like this, like, I don't really care about muscle, I just want to be strong and healthy, as if it wasn't all related. But yeah, I'm gonna give you some reasons, so basically remove your excuses there, or if you just haven't thought about it, make you realize that, hey, maybe this is something I should care about as well. So yeah, because for me, I'm very much into the aesthetics and the bodybuilding. I call what I do holistic bodybuilding. I think it's a ton of fun treating your body as kind of a sculpture, but since I started this 5 years ago, it was always about feeling good, you know, becoming the best me. And so I just don't shy away from the aesthetics. I don't pretend as if it's not part of it all. It's just not the main purpose. It is a side effect of becoming the strongest and healthiest and best version of you that you can be. You know, there's a reason that muscle looks good. It's because it is good. Caveat, it's like a healthy body looks good, but a body that looks good isn't necessarily healthy. You can do this in the wrong way, you know, of course, using steroids or just training in a way that, even training in a way that's very shallow, just caring about, like, muscle mass has some inherent benefits in and of itself. But you see what I'm saying? With this style, with my style, I'm assuming that we're talking about my style here. So number 1 is you get better at literally anything. And then again, it's like, that is assuming you're doing it my way. Because if you're a power lifter, for instance, like, yeah, you might get very strong and look good maybe, but you might also get very stiff, you know, so you're not good at literally anything. But when you train your body through a full range of motion and get stronger and more flexible and strong in end ranges and that, like, generally, like when you work the entire body like this, you get in better touch with your body, like, because we're just training motions when we're lifting weights and that, right? We're not training for any specific thing necessarily. We can, of course, but we're just talking about this kind of practice. Well, you're still just generally get stronger and more flexible and more in touch with using your body in, like, general physical movement. So some examples I can take from myself is, for instance, that I've always been a poor swimmer. I've not been very good at swimming. My, like, strokes were very uneven. But from, like, training the upper back so much and doing squats and stuff, all of a sudden my swimming strokes were much more symmetrical, and I'm just a lot better at swimming. For instance, golf would be another example. I've never played golf a lot in my life, but I played it for a long time. And so especially as a kid, as an adult, it's been like years of pauses. And so I remember playing golf right when I started this, like right before. Then I had like 3 years when I didn't play at all. And then I showed up to the and played the best golf I ever had, just because I'm just better in touch with my body. Not only did I hit the ball longer, but I hit the ball more often. You see, so it's not just about pure strength that I can just force the ball to go further. No, I'm in better control of my body, so I actually hit the ball more often. And I can think of many things. If I just have to climb something, for instance, I'm just surprised at how well I do it, because I've never been climbing a lot. You just get better at literally anything. The second thing is you become solid and stress resistant. I mean solid as in because you are strong. Because, you know, solid and stress resistant could mean kind of the same thing, but I mean kind of literally too, that you're just stable, solid, like purely physically, from having muscle and being strong. But the stress resistance, of course, weight training, strength training is hormesis. It is a form of positive stress. It is stressful, and then you adapt afterwards. And I could just tell, like, the reason I started this, as you know, was when I had gone through those panic attacks, which is like the most stressed state you can be in. And so when the first step was to just confront the panic, so the actual panic attack didn't get triggered. And when I came to that point, I was very happy, but I was still so very worn out and like feeling anxious and nervous feeling in my body often. And I could feel like being on the brink of the panic like that. And when I started strength training, very, like just after a couple of weeks, I could tell that it was like there's a lid on the pot. It just couldn't boil over in the same way. And now fast forward when I've done this for years, and I of course do other stuff that will feed into this, like, you know, the cold exposure, sauna, fasting, stuff like this. But I'm just always like amazed that even when I feel highly stressed on the inside, I don't act like no one can really tell if it isn't something acutely going on like this. But if I feel very stressed about something on the inside, I'm just in control. Like, it helps you be stoic a lot in that way. The third one is better insulin sensitivity. So this is one of those things that just putting on, even doing it in a poor training practice, like you're just using machines so you get all tight and not stable, but you're putting on muscle. Even then, just having more muscle mass is gonna improve your insulin sensitivity. So what that will mean is just more stable energy levels and less cravings. Like, of course, if you start putting on muscle, you're gonna get hungry because you want to feed the gains, but like random cravings and energy dips like that, you're just not gonna get as much. That's something I used to get that a lot before, and now I can tell, even if I have like slept too little, it's like, yeah, I'm a little tired in the morning, but I don't get these like sudden dips of energy. And having muscle mass and better insulin sensitivity, that definitely helps with that. So number 4, that I think a lot of you will love, passive higher fat burn, like higher energy expenditure and a lot. And passive, as in just having more muscle mass, will make you your machine here, your biological machine. It will make you it will burn more fuel, even just existing. It's not just when you lift the weights or if you move, you will burn more fat as you sleep. And it's crazy. Then it's like so easy. Of course there's more things with the fasting and stuff, like reversing the food addiction and stuff, but to me it's crazy. The way I look right now, it takes zero effort from me. In fact, like, I often, when I go away, so I'm outside of my routines, I lose weight because I don't mind. Like, I just came home from a week on Gotland, right, the Swedish island, where I go for vacation. I didn't feel like I felt like I was trying to eat more, you know, because it's not as much of a structure, my eating there. I took some extra, like, gingerbread and stuff. I didn't hold back in any sense. And I come back and see that I've lost 2 kilos this week. Of course, not all of that is just pure fat, but some definitely is, you know. And so having more muscle mass with these all the other benefits, but if you reach this state through the Uncommon Sense Fitness holistic bodybuilding process, it's so nice, guys. Like, you can stay and look amazing and feel amazing, not trying to hold back on, like, enjoying eating, and you just end up that way. It's quite crazy. It's something, you know, that you just want people, that's why I'm making this video, really. You just want people to understand that absolutely, that the looks, the aesthetics, it's part of it, of course, but it is an expression of all these things I'm talking about. The person that looks this way, that didn't take steroids or, you know, has decent habits overall, apart from that, they're just going to enjoy so high quality of life. And of course, one thing of that is, like, I don't have to go starving myself like all the time to stay this way. In fact, it's the other way around. When I thought on this vacation, and now I'm eating more. Like, even I barely understand how this happened, to be honest. Like, even in the evenings when we were grilling, like, people know I eat a lot, right? And I like meat. So when people wouldn't finish their food, like, everyone's dumping their food on me, and people are like laughing at me and how big my plate is. Still, I'm losing weight. Like, it's crazy. So the last one is higher testosterone. Simple, it's very simple. Way too many people think, you know, there are many things that go 2 ways in this life. Like, for instance, you know, the gut-brain axis. Like, your thoughts, if you're stressed in your mind, it could affect your gut. But also, if you eat something that your gut can't handle, it could affect your mind, right? It goes both ways. But most people, they like to find an excuse. Like, yeah, you see, I have low testosterone, from, in parentheses, from my shitty poor lifestyle of not moving and eating junk and not getting any sunlight and not prioritizing sleep. So I can't build muscle. I need to take TRT so I can build muscle. No, you idiot. Apart from, like, fixing your other habits there, going and lifting weights, like you release more free testosterone right in the moment when you're lifting weights, but you're gonna, even though you're not in the optimal state to put on muscle, you definitely can, and that's going to increase your testosterone. And that of course feeds into the you become solid and stress resistant thing. Obviously it's related to testosterone among other things. But yeah, it's like the best testosterone booster is, you're gonna have to eat a decent diet and sleep well and get sunlight, of course, but then putting on more muscle, I don't care too much about the numbers, honestly, because my lived experience is what matters. But it would be a little fun seeing as I'm doing this and I'm a coach to do another like testosterone test now, because it was very, very high like 2 years ago when I tested it, and I have more testosterone, and if anything has just improved upon my habits now, so that could be interesting. But yeah, guys, just running through, you get better at literally anything. You become solid, stress resistant, better insulin sensitivity for more stable energy levels and less cravings, passive higher fat burn. Like, it's just crazy. That part is still like that. I lost weight this week is just crazy. Higher testosterone. So all of this, like I said, the look is just the expression of all of this. That's what you gotta understand. You can't separate them. Like, well, you can, but not when you do it when you do it for the right reasons. I'm trying to be the healthiest and best and strongest version of me. Then it's all related. It's the reason why it looks good. It's because it is good. So please leave a comment and like. All comments and likes help support the channel, so it's very much appreciated. I'm looking for people now for a group coaching thing. It's one-on-one part 2, but we're gonna have group calls. People that wanna burn some fat, build some muscle like this, build a bulletproof mindset and work on themselves overall, because it's holistic bodybuilding, right? It's not only bodybuilding, it's person building. But if you're interested in that, you can reach out on Instagram, send me a direct message there, or email me. It's all in the description below. And please subscribe for more content about fitness, fasting, losing weight, building muscle, self-improvement, stoicism, mental health, philosophy, spirituality, mindset. It is a mindset, guys. Get jacked. It's good for you. Peace.